Hi guys, and thanks for coming back to our channel. In this episode we leave the very hot, sticky and humid Trinidad behind. We set sail during daylight hours for this trip, the first time we've done it in daylight. We're quite sad to leave Trinidad behind. It's been our home after all for the 2025 hurricane season. But our adventures continue and off we go.
This is the start of 25-26 season. We're up at 4 o'clock, we've left Saracen and we're just clearing the Bocas. We don't have a lot of wind at the moment, only 8 knots or so, so we're motoring. But once I think we clear the top end of Trinidad, we should start getting the sailing. And Dawn's just braking. There's the crew.
Morning! Quite excited to be leaving and heading to a new island.
It's daylight, we've come from there, that's Bocas de Morris. But it was quite benign coming out, apart from the last maybe 100 metres and a bit bouncy. Still only get about 8 knots of wind. A nice squall over there that we should miss, and funnily enough it's in the exact same position it was on the way down. Must be sitting there waiting on us. That's us just cleared the top end of Trinidad. We've now got the full whack of the wind. We've cleared the squall, which is over there. Grenada's up there somewhere, but we'll pass by the hibiscus oil platforms and we'll actually see them for a change. The wind's come out to play. We're doing 7.5 knots, 19 knots of true wind, and it's coming just north of east. We'll get to the platforms at 9 o'clock, giving us another 8 hours to get up to Grenada. Still got about 17 knots of wind. We're going along at 6.5 knots in the general direction of north. We do have quite a lot of side current. Or we'll veer off a couple of degrees, I think. You can just make out the oil platforms over there. You won't be able to see it. Or that could be a boat. I'm not sure. It doesn't have AIS on. One of the reasons we were keen to leave Trinidad is the build-up of the US Armed Forces in the Caribbean. And just there is a warship with no AIS on. And it's 10 miles away from Venezuela, maybe 15 miles away from Venezuela. So it is real. Let's hope it doesn't do anything silly for the next 10 hours. So we've reefed down a bit because there's us going through a big long line of squalls. One there, one there, one there. So we'll probably get hit with this, and that one might just go behind us. And here, there is the hibiscus oil platform. First time we've ever seen it. And with the squalls, once they pass, you get a nice little rainbow. Isn't that pretty? Now an absolute cracking day. So first squall's now passed, so we've unwound the front sail, full Jenny out. We're now back up to 7 knots, and we should just miss that squall. That should just go behind us. so we've slowed down a wee bit. But we've now just picked up current. We've been out fighting current all morning. And now we've got a bit of naughty current. We should hopefully hold that all the way to Grenada. And we have an aerial light for some dolphins. Chasing tuna, probably. The warship's still up there. That's the aircraft carrier still up there. Is still up here, and he's just turned round, and he's now pointing into the wind. So I wonder if he's going to start letting off his F-15s or 16s or whatever they are on board. And what I do think is ridiculous is he doesn't have his AIS on. I bet he doesn't have his nav lights on at night either. And we suspect that he might be keeping underneath that cloud to keep himself hidden. We'll see a boat called Boss Nova. It left maybe about 45 minutes after us, and it's caught us up because it's a Giano 57. So it's flying along, maybe a knot and a half faster than us. You can now just see Grenada just off the bow. There were more dolphins, but by the time I get the camera out, they're gone. Big squalls just come through there, so all the wind's gone, so we've decided just to motor the rest of the way because it's now 3:20 and we've got 20 miles still to go, so we might just make it before it gets dark. Don't like getting into anchorages in the dark. And you can just see Grenada there. We've now got about 9 knots of wind, which is not enough for us. Well, that was certainly a different way to get from Trinidad up to Grenada. At least we could see during the journey. We eventually arrived in the dark about 7:30 at night and managed to find an anchoring spot behind the mooring fields. It's St George's on Grenada. We planned stopping here for a few weeks, catching up with some friends, participating in a few Grenada hashes on Saturday nights, and we've got some errands to run for some friends as well. As always, please remember to leave a like up here and subscribe to the channel, and I'll put a link for some previous episodes over here. In our next video, we'll take a look at some of the modifications we've done to Saracen whilst we were on the hard at powerboats in Trinidad. Saracen out. See you. That was better.